Now from the great state of Illinois, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the second city of Chicago. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears. Anders Carlson has this teed up, ready to get started.
And off we go on EA Sports.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Well, right away, they'll change the look.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Second and 10. There, they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Here we go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On first down, Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. For the Bears, it's 6-2 to start play. And they come in off a loss last time out, but overall they've been playing pretty well. 6 wins in 8 prior to that defeat.
And the key for them, as I see it, tightening things up on defense, because the offense did its part. They played well, but defensively, way too many lapses and big plays allowed. That ultimately doomed them in their last ball game.
Touchdown, Chicago! Justin Fields, 40 yards. And the Bears put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Green. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Okay, so he stepped foot out of bounds. Charles came back in first to touch it, and they got him for a legal touching.
Yeah, and you know it doesn't matter either, Brandon. Catch it, don't catch it. If you're the first to touch it, that's going to draw a flag.
Now a 2nd and 10. An inside give, Brown.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he gets the first down yard. Before he's brought down at the 6. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. This is Brown going up the middle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there.
With his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
74 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Ken. Hey, 551.
Fields going to keep it running right.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Extend.
Fields.
And this one's incomplete.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Packers defense.
They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Off play action, Fields.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Taken in at the 11. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
13 yards the tally on the return there.
And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
Another run for Brown on second down.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Right back to Brown.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown.
There he goes, left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
65 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
That's pulled in by Brooks.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will score a pick six for the Bears touchdown.
And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. Through one quarter, 14-7.
McLaughlin now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. A
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here's Fields now on second down. Here's a screen for Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a nice design there. But sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
Go.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
Hey, Ken. Go.
Back to throw. Fields. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here we go.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. And that's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Now Fields. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw on second down. Green. He finds his man. Complete. It's Pearson.
Here is third and quite a ways.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's kind of how it's gone for him so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Bears take over.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Here we go, son.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
That's to his running back, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here we go.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
175. EQ.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
In motion right, that's Metcalf. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And here's Green from the gun on 3rd down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, you got to be able to put together a drive and keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Here we go. 11.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Bears continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive.
And now off to the races down the right side. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Green. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A big play there. 44 yards.
And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
Now he's loose up the left sideline. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. 149 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
He went over 100 yards a week ago, and with that run, he does it again.
He's an absolute horse, a guy that eats carries. And what I mean by that, the more you hand it to him, the more the production you're going to get. A big-time performer.
Here we go.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Don't jump. Ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now it's Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DK Metcalf from 19 yards away.
And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Green. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
2nd down and 8.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Green. And he's got his target, Harris. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
this on back-to-back plays.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Brown will score. Touchdown, Packers. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The Packers keeping the offense out there now as he'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
To throw is Fields. Catch is made by Metcalf.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
22 yards there, a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 159 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
On second down, here's Fields.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go.
Fields now to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is fielded at the 7. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Green. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
He sets to fire deep, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Brown with his stick skills. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Green now, throwing on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Green. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Green. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Here we go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down. Fields working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. On play action, Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Here we go.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Here's Fields. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Now that's a big pickup right there. And so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action.
Here we go.
How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Fields changing the play. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Fields. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Gain of 6 makes it 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
That's right. Hey, Ken.
Here's Fields. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how to...
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
You got a mini base.
Now an option play on second down.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down.
And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Fields on third down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Here we go. We're good. Out. Let's go. Go.
Fields.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
There he goes left side. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Now Carlson for the extra point.
And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Here we go.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Angel. Hey, never mind. Monday. Sit high.
Back to throw. Fields trying to lay one up deep. Touchdown! A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Bears have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you go to the film.